What a blessing it is to be humbled by the Lord. Those are the exact words that God gave me before I hopped on my plane to move to Puerto Rico. And everything was fine, everything was perfect. And then I got sick. And then when I thought that I had gotten better, I ended up passing out. I was rushed to the hospital, had to get an IV, and then everything else that could go wrong possibly went wrong to me. And I remember looking up to the Lord and I was like, God, what did I ask you for? What have I been praying to you the past 4 months? Please let me know so I do not repeat that same prayer. And like in a little joking way, but he pointed me back to Daniel 4. And if you know Daniel 4, Daniel ends up going to the king Nebuchadnezzar after he's had a dream and interprets that dream, tells him that that dream is not something that is pretty, that everything that is represented within that dream is going to happen to him. And so we're starting in Daniel 4:22 through 25. It says, you have grown great and strong, but the part about that holy angel descending from heaven and proclaiming, chop down, this, O king, refers to you. This will go on for 7 seasons. Your kingdom will still be there for you after you learn that it is heaven that runs things. So, king, take my advice, make a clean break with your sin, start living for others, quit your wicked life, and look after the needs of the down and out. Then you will continue to have a good life. And then in verse 28 says, all these things happened to King Nebuchadnezzar. That means God was taking a person who had everything that a person can ever imagine, strip it away for 7 years, and have him be soaked in heaven's dew and take his meals with the animals that graze, let him lose his mind, get an animal's mind in exchange, and let this go on for 7 seasons so that everyone living will know that the high God rules high kingdoms. So after I finished reading for the second time, God puts the rest of the notes in my heart and it says, Daniel warns Nebuchadnezzar about cockiness, arrogance, lukewarmness, sin. He literally told him, you need to get it together, you need to stop sinning, you need to live for others. But he continued to believe that everything that he had, he built it himself. And it says the worst place you can be in life is thinking that you are bigger than this program, a program that you did not create. God created the program, the position, the power, the tools for the position. So when God humbles you, it is because that there is more to life than what you are seeing. And then even furthermore, it says Nebuchadnezzar saw power, authority, but God saw foolishness, lack of support, lack of honor, lack of fear of the Lord. And so correction here is always going to be redirection. God's plan prevailed. The king recognized God's hand and his power, and he was given everything back. So what is gaining the world if you don't have God? Ask the Lord, what are you trying to teach me? We would like to think that God will not allow us to go through hard things, but the reality is that sometimes we are hard-headed. There are a lot of things that I wish God would have just told me, but I know for a fact if he just told me like Daniel told Nebuchadnezzar, I wouldn't have listened. I needed experience. And experience in the Bible, it says in Romans that suffering produces endurance. Endurance produces strength. Strength produces hope. Hope produces character. And so that God is not going to allow you to go through something hard if there's not a reason for it. And here we're learning that sometimes we have to go through being humbled by God so that we recognize his sovereignty, his love, his power, that everything that we have comes straight from him. So consider it a great joy that the Lord has to check you before you wreck yourself because he loves you so much and he wants you to recognize his sovereignty.